Welcome to the Fatherhood Fitness Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Pluff. Each week, we will cover various topics that dads struggle with in their fitness journey. I'll give you actionable steps that you can apply right away, not only to take back control of your own health, but so you're able to be a better example for your kids too. Today, we are going to be talking about why it's not a great idea to drop your calories so low. Now, over the years, for all the clients I've worked with, pretty much every single one has told me that at some point they had tried a diet that dropped their calories very low. Now, what I haven't found so far is a client that I've worked with that have said, I dropped my calories super low and it was awesome. I was able to stick with it. I'm still making progress. Typically, these diets now they work. I know. I'll be honest, firsthand, I've tried a lot of these diets, and I tried a lot of them over the years, so I have firsthand experience. With my clients because I know that they're interested in some of these things, and obviously, I have my the way I coach, the way I work with my clients and things. But, I'm open to suggestions. I'm open to trying different things too. And so since I have that first world experience with these different diets, I can give my recommendations based on what's going to happen, what you may notice, what you might not like about it. And so that they can have, kind of both sides of the coin there, someone who's actually gone through it to give advice to. And typically, these diets that you drop your calories super low, or coaches you've worked with who drop your calories super low, it's a short win. It's a quick win. It's a quick win, but I always like to think why settle for the prize when you can have the jackpot, and the jackpot usually takes a little bit more work, right? It's much harder to get, and most people never will get there. Most people won't actually get there because they don't give it enough time to do what it's supposed to do. So if you drop your calories to 1,000 calories, you're going to lose weight very quickly. And those short wins, sometimes, I do believe in quick wins. If you want to stay motivated, you have to keep stacking up those wins. But they always have a cost, right? They always have a cost. If you take your progress a little bit slower, then you're not going to see those quick wins as much, but long term, you're going to well past the people who had all the success at the beginning. It's kind of like the tortoise and the hare. Do you want to start off really fast and then kind of slow down, or stay steady, something sustainable, something that you can do forever and still make progress? Because starting a diet, stopping a diet, starting a diet, stopping a diet is not fun. It's exciting at first to try something new, right? But you don't want to diet forever. It's a terrible long-term strategy. You don't want to lose weight, feel good for a while, gain it back, do it again. But so many people are caught in this cycle here where they don't really know any different. It's something they've been doing their whole life. I know people who have been telling me, I'm starting a new diet on Monday. They tell me that every Monday, right? Or I'm going to do it next month or something like that. They've been telling me this for years, and that's not fun at all, right? You want to lose weight, that's great. But once you get to where you want to be, you want to be able to sustain it. You don't want to have a lot of great progress and then go back to the way you were before. If you want to see changes long term, you can't go back to the life you were living before. And that's really hard for people to hear because they've identified with this person for so long, right? You've been yourself your whole life, right? And now I'm telling you that in order to have long-term success, you have to be somebody different. That is hard for a lot of people. And that's why most people don't succeed, is because once they hit their goal, they go back to doing what they were doing before. And that's why when I work with my clients, I don't tell them. There's not a single food I've ever told my clients they can't have. Because if you want to have progress long term, you have to be able to include these things. I love cheesecake. I'm going to eat cheesecake. I love cheeseburgers. I'm going to eat cheeseburgers. So I find a way to fit them in. Do I have cheesecake and cheeseburgers every single day? Absolutely not. Do I have them fairly regularly? Of course, right? I have a cheeseburger. It's actually been like a week or two. Shoot, I'm probably gonna have to cook one tonight because now I'm thinking about it. But that's something I enjoy, and so I find a way to fit it in. It's the big term right now is flexible dieting. But there's room for all these things. Even if you went 80/20, 80% of your foods each day are what you would consider more nutritious, 20% are a little less nutritious. That's fine. Or if you looked at it as days in the month, about 80/20, that'd be about 24 days each month. You're on track. 6 days, you kind of let the reins loose a little bit. But dropping your calories super low is not a great long term strategy because you will see success in the short term, but it's not something that's sustainable. It's not something that you're going to be able to do long term. And so, if this is something you're struggling with, if this is something that you've struggled with for a while now, go ahead and send me a message. I'd love to help you out. This is what I do. I specialize working with dads. I help them lose up to 20 pounds in our first 12 weeks working together. I have a proven system that I've worked with tons of clients with. One of my clients right now has lost actually over 20 pounds and just about 10 weeks here. He's doing a really great job. But um, the results do vary. I'm not going to lie. Some people lose up to 10 pounds. Some people will get closer to 15. Some will probably only lose 5 to 8. But if you have more weight to lose, it's easier to lose weight, especially initially. That's why when a lot of people who start diets, they lose all this weight quickly because they had a lot of weight to lose, and then they get so frustrated because it slows down. But typically, your results at the beginning aren't what you can expect moving forward. So you want consistency. If you're only losing a half pound a week, I say only, but a half pound a week, that's great progress. That'd be 26 pounds in a year if you're losing a half pound a week, and that's sustainable. That's super sustainable. Because you're not changing your life a whole ton to lose a half pound a week. If you're trying to lose 2 to 3 pounds a week, that is a lot. That's a huge calorie deficit. That would be over 150 pounds in a year, 100 to 150 pounds in a year if you're losing 2 to 3 pounds a week. And so you want to find something that's sustainable. You want to find something that you can do forever, and you want to find something that you also enjoy as well. So don't drop your calories super low. Those quick wins don't last forever, and a lot of times you'll end up getting to that chronic dieting cycle, and that's just not where you want to be. That concludes this episode of the Fatherhood Fitness Podcast. Thank you for those of you who took time out of your busy schedules to listen. If you have any questions or comments or an idea for a topic for a future episode, please feel free to reach out, and I'd love to hear from you.